Hey guys, welcome back into another episode of Slightly Serious.
I'm Nick.
I'm Zane, and we're here
Yeah, we're here.
with our not sponsored drinks.
Liquid Death. Please sponsor
again,
us.
Sponsor us, come on the show, do whatever you need to. We're here.
Yeah, we are here.
The best canned water, for sure.
This side of North Kentucky. I think. Is it? We're north of Kentucky.
Yeah, we're definitely
Fuck
north
if I know, man.
We're pretty much north of like half of the country.
Yeah. Well, hey.
This is also made in Virginia.
Is it?
Yeah.
We should know where it's from
This
before we
is the
start.
best canned water from Bland County, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no
Death
cost
to plastic. Anyway.
What's up, dude?
Dude, I'm just fucking... I broke up with my girlfriend.
Yeah, so
I told you about it briefly.
yeah, some transparency. We did a whole episode talking about the situation, kind of had like an on-camera therapy session. And then my computer fucking freaked out and it corrupted the audio file.
It did.
So the audio file, it technically plays, but there's like every 5 to 10 seconds, it's just like a random pause in all the audio.
It's weird.
And
We can't send it out.
Yeah,
Which is for the best, because
I think a lot of it.
all I really need to say is I fucked it up.
Yeah, and I think a lot of what we talked about yesterday is just better staying in between us for now.
Yeah.
But I think we got a lot of good conversations.
I recognize that I fucked it up. I recognize that I victimized myself and made it all about me, when in reality I should have been paying more attention to exactly how she felt and actually listening to what she had to say. And instead, I made it all about me and ignored her, and she collapsed on it and couldn't handle it anymore. And I fucked it up.
Yep. So
Simple as that.
But I said, it was a good conversation. I think we both got stuff out of it. I mean, even just thinking through things, like it opened my eyes about some stuff from my past too. So it was a good time, good conversation between us.
Yeah,
I think it was definitely one of the
helpful.
deeper conversations I think we've ever had.
And after we left, I went to go skateboard with my very good friend PJ.
Oh, so you did go say skateboarding because you were
I
talking
did.
about going to do like coffee and drink or and read or something.
Well, I did. I went to go read and get coffee, and I read a little bit, wrote a little poetry, and then I decided I was going to go skate, and I hit up my buddy, and it turned out that he had a very similar situation going on with his girlfriend, who he was dating for the exact same amount of time, and the same situation occurred, but role reversal. So as he's telling me his story, I'm realizing that I'm his girlfriend and he is my girlfriend, and everything he's saying to me, and I was like, oh my fucking God, PJ. I was like, I'm doing exactly what your girlfriend's doing, but she hasn't even fucking realized it yet. But I just realized it. I was like, I need to fucking call her and let her know, or at least let her know that I realized that I understand what I just did.
Yeah, that's it.
So dude, it was so fucking therapeutic, because if I didn't have that conversation with you, I wouldn't have gone and done what I did after that with that mindset. And then I wouldn't have had that conversation, and I wouldn't have realized exactly what occurred. It's fucking super therapeutic.
That's good. That's good. That's it.
Also, I'm trying to quit vaping, so I have like dip's gross. I have like a pouch in my mouth. So I
nicotine
don't,
pouches.
Nicotine pouch.
You're
So
zinning
then I
it
do
up?
not
Are you out here
keep-
zinning it up, man?
I just don't want to vape anymore. And I have to get surgeries soon. I have to get like some growth removed from my side, my other side, my foot. And they keep getting bigger and bigger, and they're like, we want to get rid of these and just do some biopsies and just make sure everything's cool, which I'm sure it will be. We just got to get them fucking out of me.
Oh, yeah.
But smoking's not good for healing.
Smoking is just not good.
No, but I guess when like your body's trying to heal, especially like after a surgery, if you're a smoker, it prolongs the healing process. And I want to get all healed up and be out dancing on the dance floor at my brother's wedding. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it'll be cool.
Right on.
Which, by the way, my brother's getting married. I just got back from a bachelor party.
That's right. You did.
It was cool.
Try to remember what we like.
Yeah,
what parts of yesterday we can actually talk about.
Know
still.
what we, but
So bachelor party, which is always fun. Which I always thought the name bachelor party was kind of stupid, because it's like a party for the opposite. Because you're no longer a bachelor.
You're celebrating the fact that this is like your last chance being a bachelor.
But the thing is you're technically not a bachelor anyway.
And bachelor parties, I feel like, are so different depending on who's involved. Like the majority of the people who were at this one
you said
already were married or already had.
The problem is a bachelor is usually just a single guy. So why is a guy getting engaged still considered a bachelor for a bachelor party? When technically you're done being a bachelor when you get a girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like you're last before you're finally like just committed for life, you know?
Yeah. I just always thought like the bachelor party name was like,
Maybe it's just because you're supposed to bring a bunch of other bachelors because those are the ones that typipally want to get hype. Whereas if you bring a bunch of people who aren't,
I think it's
then
just
you're
you
just
want to
kinda
bring a
chilling.
bunch of drunks.
You're just having a party. You're just having a celebration that you're about to get married at that point.
Let's get
I don't
a
know.
party.
It was great
Party.
though. Super chill vibe. We were on we just got an Airbnb, man. Chilled for like a whole weekend.
You guys,
Right on the lake.
Did you guys have one of those inflatable things where you jump on it, can launch people?
We did not have a launcher. That water would have fucked us up. Dude, it was a big current.
Good.
Lots of rocks.
Should.
Exactly the type of
It's
water
just
you
a
want to be
skill.
jumping
It's-
into
it's
to
a
die.
skill. It's a skill issue there. You just got to let it dodge.
Yeah.
You know?
Clearly, we're not experienced jumpers like you are. You have
pretty
experience with those big things?
Yeah.
Like that movie Heavyweights where they would jump on one side, the blob or whatever
Yeah,
it was
and it
called.
launches the person on the other
Did you ever
side.
see that movie?
No, but I've
Ben
done-
Stiller
I've
was
been
like
on
an
one of those
evil
things.
camp counselor at a fat camp.
Ben Stiller just always plays some angry dude.
Yeah, he was the gym guy, and
But no, I've been on those blob things before. They're pretty fun. They're kind of creepy, like scary for me because I don't like heights. So when you're the one like getting launched, it's like kind of pure panic.
oh yeah, you have no control over how high you're gonna go.
Yeah, and you gotta make sure you're sitting on the thing right because if you're too far back, you just go straight up.
And if you go up super high and you land incorrectly,
Oh yeah, it's like the worst belly flop of your life.
belly flop.
If you're too far
split.
forward, you don't get launched. You
Face
just get
first.
skipped like a rack.
Yeah, it could get you.
But
It can get
I
you.
grew up on like the lake and stuff. You know, doing like the inner tubing and stuff behind a boat. Things
Okay.
like that. So that was always fun. It was always interesting because like I always went with my uncle, and it was like my grandpa's brother, so like my great uncle, I guess. And they would always like when they take turns driving and one being in the inner tube, and there was always like their competition to just make the other one wipe out as hard as possible. But then there's many times where like we're doing that, and then the rotation, like one of us kids would go out, and the one driving wouldn't pay attention to who was on the tube.
Does that ever get like super dangerous where someone gets hurt?
Oh, I mean, it definitely can. They were always really pretty good about making sure we're in open areas and stuff. I mean, there's always a element of danger doing anything like that
Well, yeah.
because you're at high rates of speed, water. Like even if you have a vest and stuff on, you hit the water wrong, you can still pull things, do things like that. But many times where like I'm on the inner tube and the one driving isn't aware that it's a kid, like they haven't paid attention to who's on the tube, whose turn it is, and they go into like full drive mode trying to throw off their brother. When reality is, it's a kid back there.
Yeah.
Not a full-grown adult trying to hold on
And
to
that
this
dude
thing.
just gets
I
launched.
I remember a moment how I got launched and I just like would curl up and get skipped like a rock because I hit the turn and they just whip you.
Yeah.
And then you're just fucking skipping because you're just trying to hold on.
Sometimes, like when I'm playing with my kids and stuff like that, and they start really roughing me up, and I'm like, "All right, girls, calm down, calm down." You know, and
Chokeslam!
they start really like getting on me and everything. And I'm just like, I go and I toss them, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, I'm really sorry, baby. You all right? Like she's like halfway across the room.
You're
Like,
like, oh no.
ah, fuck, babe. Come on. You're okay. Pick up. It's fine. What? You want a Band-Aid?
Your arm is backwards.
It's okay. I'll kiss it. You're okay, baby.
You don't need that finger anyway. It's fine. But yeah, no, it's definitely, especially when like kids start getting bigger, like understanding what the line is on them being able to roughhouse with somebody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember like growing up with my dad, you know, and there was a fine line between we stopped like being boys and we were like getting young men, you know?
Yeah.
And we'd still start to like fucking wrestle and shit. And you could just like tell like
When it became like
We're
more
just-
competitive than
yeah.
fun.
and then me and my brothers would get in the sibling rivalry. And before
Yeah.
you know it, one of us has got a bloody lip. And,
Good,
you know, it's
good.
like.
And then the older brother's like, "Shut up!"
My dad's like, I said I didn't want to do this anymore, you know? Fuck it. I said I was
sorry,
done.
I'm sorry.
What do I
Goddamn.
fucking know? What do I know though? You know?
Or when the older
Fuck
brother
you.
fucks up the younger brother, and then it's like, "Wait, it's not that bad. Shh, don't, shh, be quiet. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. You're fine."
Yeah, I don't want to say I told you so, but you know, what do I know?
Yeah, sibling rivalry things. I had, you know, like I had older siblings. I only had one that I ever lived with that was older. The rest were like so much older that they were already out of the house by the time I was like around.
Yeah.
Like my oldest brother would be 53.
Shit.
So like there's a gap.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm not even 30. It's like a 24-year gap.
I'm the oldest. So yeah, I got that going, which is nice.
Are you the shortest too?
I am. Well, I don't know.
But you're pretty short.
I'm 5'9", 5'8". 5'8". I guess I'm 5'8".
Yeah. I guess I'm like what I think is like average is where I feel like I'm at because I'm like right at 6 foot.
That's not average though. Do you know like average? Do you know what the average U.S. height is? You should look it up. What do you think is the average American U.S. height?
I'm afraid to type in average.
I wanna say it's
American,
probably-
and it's gonna say penis before I finish.
It's probably going to show you a dong, but I'm going to guess it's 5'9" or 5'10", maybe 5'11" for the average male. 5'9". 5'9".
So I'm fucking above
So I am
average.
1 inch below average.
Hell yeah.
1 whole incho.
I am above average. Let's fucking go, boys.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
5'9" average
Yeah, that's
male
fucking
height. Now, what is it for a woman? We're going to say 5'5",
man.
5'6". Let's go ahead and say 5'6".
5'4".
5'4".
Damn, we got some short women out there.
Yeah.
Short women.
What about other countries? Do you
Uh,
think we can? Where do you think we stack up as far as height? Do you think we're on the higher side of things in America, or do you think we're on the lower side of things?
I
I
think
would
we're
s-
probably on the higher.
You think we are?
Yeah.
We might be.
So
All of our growth hormone in all of our food.
the global average is 5'7".
Okay, so we are above average.
Yeah, it's slightly above the global average. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm basically at global average.
Mm-hmm.
I can go anywhere in the whole world and I'll be at the global average. Look at that. Love being average.
So here, Afghanistan's 5'6" for men, 5'1" for female.
Mm.
It's like literally by country. So like Canada, I don't know why it's on here twice. Oh, it's year wise.
Canada, it's 5'10". Is this all men? Okay, yeah.
To go with year. Like current, the most recent ones here.
China, it's 5'8.5".
5'3".
Oh,
I mean, female's 5'3". I'll say 5'8.5" for men, 5'3" for female.
it's still higher than I thought.
Yeah. A couple years ago, it was 5'7", 5'2". So like they've been getting taller.
Ooh, this dip is getting the best of me. I gotta take this out.
Yeah, I've heard those dip things are like more concentrated, so it kind of like gets a little crazy sometimes.
It got you in there. We're good. I don't need a vape, so I'm fine. All right.
But yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any like cause of
I
5
just
fucking 10
want
and
to
a
better
half.
myself.
Fucking
motherfucker.
5'11", 6 foot in Montenegro.
Montenegro.
Fucking 6 foot's the average. God damn, some tall
Kosovo.
motherfuckers
What
out
about
there.
Switzerland? It's 5'10" for men.
Oh yeah, it's a
In
fucking
Switzerland. I'm from Sweden. Are you from Sweden? That's a
North
different country, yes.
Macedonia. 5'10" and a half.
Kenya. 5'7.5".
Yeah, United.
That's all right. So we get it. We're a little above average
United
here
States
in
for
the, in the US.
non-Hispanic whites was 5'10",
Okay.
and then like Hispanics and Latino was 5'7", African American was 5'9.5".
Yeah. So you get it now. You're a little above average. So
Fuck yeah.
you are in no way, shape, or form. I feel like I'm average American height at 6 foot.
I thought like 6 foot was like average.
No.
There's a lot of tall motherfuckers out there.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of everybody out there. But I mean, if
There's
you
a lot of
really think about
everybody.
it, you don't see as
If you
many
think
people
about it,
who are over 6 foot as you do who are under.
Oh.
You just don't. Just doesn't happen.
I also don't see many people. Fucking
Yeah,
anybody.
you sit in your house pretty much all the time or in a truck.
Yeah, I mean, I see people at like
Or on the
Starbucks,
toilet.
which tend to be shorter people. Just it's a weird thing. I mean,
It's a lot of sitting.
a lot of sitting.
That's
Do
a lot of
this.
sitting down.
I don't get this fat. Fucking doing a lot of.
It just doesn't
physical
come
shit.
easy, you fucking piece of shit.
But yeah, man. I mean, it's been pretty cool weekend wise. I'm getting ready to go on a short vacation, just a little quick like 2-day out and back thing. Going to a state park, staying in an Airbnb cabin and stuff. It's gonna be really cool.
That's right. You said you were going somewhere in Russia, right?
Not Russia. No, it's still in the state here. It's only a couple hours away, but it's just like away from everything. kind of get away from all the.
I thought you said Chernobyl or something like that.
Dude, Chernobyl was fucking fun. I don't give a fuck about radiation. Fuck me up. Turn me into a four-legged.
Do you think you would come
freak.
back from there with like any sort of defects
I
after
just hope
visiting?
that like I'd get there and my dick would grow.
Genuinely,
it
though,
would-
is there scientific proof
I
that
don't
it's like
think-
done things to people
I don't
now? Or
think you'd have to
is
have
there a
like
population there still?
prolonged. I think you'd have to have prolonged.
is there a
like-
population in Chernobyl currently? Like, do people live there? Chernobyl disaster, the worst nuclear disaster in history.
Oh.
Emergency feed water pumps in the event of a simultaneous loss of.
Population is now estimated at about 798
Okay. It was 10,800.
in like 1890.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's really, there's people kind of living there again. They're probably having to sign the same sorts of things
Yeah,
that we
people have
do
begun
when we
living
get
in the
a place
radioactive
before the
zone again.
70s. Where they're like, hey, you might be exposed to radon and or,
2 plant workers were killed.
Lead-based paint.
134 hospitalized with sickness. 28 died. 14 later succumbed to high doses of radiation.
Fifteen children would
Cancers.
later succumb to like thyroid cancer and
Bust out starting early first, then fears of contamination increased. Farmers and regions.
reported a surge in animal mutations. Newborns were born heavily deformed, some missing limbs, eyes, and even heads.
Closed the site of the doomed reactor.
A concrete dome was built around the whole
zone of
reactor.
alienation and overlapping the borders of Belarus and
It's now an eerie landscape of skeletal apartment blocks and ghost villages reclaimed by the green,
yeah, it's crazy.
whatever that was.
Yeah, apparently people are starting to live there again.
Huh.
Yeah.
The more you
I
know.
mean, they also seem to be older. They're like, fuck it, I get radiation. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the same. Not the same thing, but the same, but different. When you live under power lines, like you think about houses, how big some of those are right underneath power lines and how cheap people can get them for because it's like no one really wants that property, like right underneath the fucking power lines where
I mean, fuck it, splice it in, give you some free power. Let's go.
it's like listening to the radio with your fucking headgear with your braces. It's like, I think if I just tweak this a little bit, I think I'm getting feedback from 96.5 KISS FM. During the 2 days we spent in the exclusion zone.
Anywhere from 20 years to several hundred years because contamination levels are not.
What is this, though?
consistent.
Your guide to visiting. It says, during the 2 days we spent in the exclusion zone, you'll receive dose of radiation comparable to a small dose of an X-ray scan in numbers. You'll receive 5 to 7 microsieverts of gamma radiation, which is a non-harmful dose.
It's pretty much just.
So if you go to visit it, it's telling you
it's
that
safe now.
during the amount of time that you go to visit, within 2 days' time, you will receive the same amount of radiation that you do during like an X-ray scan.
But like even this is a Newsweek article from. I don't know why you're opening this up. Fucking thing.
It's hard to define what safe means.
2019, and
It exploded in 86. So, that's still not even that long ago. It's during, slightly before my lifetime. I was born in 90s. So, 4 years before I was born. 31 people died officially.
well, yeah, it's from the actual disaster
Yeah,
itself. But they're saying
but
thousands probably died
Perhaps
later
tens
on
of
in their
thousands
life. Yeah,
may
from
have.
complications of it.
So how big would you say that how big was the plant? How much of a radius was it in general? And then how big was the blast? And then how big was the affected area? Because let's say, the whole plant was a mile and then the blast was 6 miles and then it affected an area of 20 to 50 miles. 50 million curies, whatever the fuck that is.
The nuclear accident occurred in 1986. 2 massive explosions that blew the 1,000-ton roof off of the plant's reactors.
Releasing 400 times more radiation the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Soviet Union eventually evacuated 335,000 people and established a 19-mile wide exclusion zone around the reactor.
That's huge.
19 miles. So you got 20 miles of block off.
Yeah.
Like, you're just not going within 20 miles of this thing.
I looked something up while we were reading this. But yeah.
Holy shit.
There's a site that I wanted to. I saw a video on, and it kind of like would make it so that you could see like how like if a nuke hit a certain area, like how big of an area would be destroyed by it. I'm trying to remember.
But if you think about it, still 20 miles is not that big of a destroyed. It's not even like that whole area was destroyed.
It was just radiation zone is more what it was.
So, yeah, how big of a blast would it be if there was...
That's what I said.
Well, the atomic's different than the hydrogen bomb, right? Hydrogen is bigger than the atomic bomb. Which is technically a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's an atom bomb.
I don't remember the name of this.
And then there's the atom bomb's the atomic. It's where you split the atom. But then you have a hydrogen bomb, which is like involving nuclear fusion, I believe. And I believe that's way bigger.
What's this guy's name? Alex Weatherstein. Okay. That's all I needed there.
I think
if I
that's
can get
way
this.
bigger.
Nuke map.
Alex Wellerstein nuke map.
I think this is the thing. Yeah, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this bigger, this one. And we're going to actually... see if we can get this popped up here, because I want this to be like what's behind us. Sort of.
Yeah, fuck it.
So on this site is, so you can pick a place. So we'll just say Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it started us.
Yeah, why not?
And then you can like pick, what kind of bomb. So like we can do the Hiroshima bomb.
Let's do that first.
Little boy.
Hiroshima bomb.
The airburst.
Hiroshima bomb.
And then we'll just hit detonate. So, what does all this stuff mean here?
So everything in the yellow is the whole fireball radius. So,
so
that's getting hit by the fireball. The heavy blast damage radius is the red.
Yep.
And then radiation radius will be green.
Moderate blast
damage.
Thermal radiation, which is just heat and stuff. And then just the light blast.
So light blast damage will hurt to some degree. You could have like probably soft tissue. Yeah. Soft tissue damage and a lot of stuff like that. So that goes all the way out. How many miles? I mean, it's still not that. I mean, it's bad. Don't get me wrong.
4.5 kilometers.
That's bad, but that is not devastating bad. That's not like that's not ruining the whole state even.
Yeah.
That still would, I mean, you'd take out part of a city, sure.
Yeah. So then we can go.
So what are the other bombs? No, keep the same city, please. You don't need to change that. You're just going to go to a different bomb each time, and we'll look at the same thing.
Go to the Fat Man, the one.
Nagasaki bomb.
Nagasaki bomb.
Okay, detonate that shit. Blow it up. Boom.
So the center is a little bit bigger.
Center's bigger, same radius.
For the most part, outside it was a little bit bigger.
Okay.
But
so
then
now
we can go to
do the
largest bomb tested.
No, hold. You don't want to do that one yet. You want to go to Ivy Mike is the first H bomb. Down. Right there. Ivy Mike. That's an H bomb. Mm-hmm. Do you see how that blast radius has turned? It's basically still the same thing, but now the entire bit of it is going to kill you. Everyone outside of there. That's thermal radiation radius. That's 3rd degree burns bare minimum.
Yeah.
And that's taking everyone the fuck out. Everyone's getting caught on fire.
Largest U.S. test.
So that turns it to the point where instead of that whole blast radius where you're getting soft tissue damage, you are now on fire at that point.
Yeah.
That's the H bomb. Go down even more. Castle Bravo.
That's one I just tested.
Oh, you just tested that one?
This is Castle Bravo.
It's the same thing, basically.
It was just a little
Slightly different.
bit. Yeah.
The
Ivy Mike is just a little bit smaller.
yeah. Okay.
But then like the biggest one,
The
the USSS,
SAR bomb. Yeah.
literally reaches into Ohio. Like,
Yeah. It goes. That would take out the whole state.
not the whole state.
No.
Still a very small section of Pennsylvania.
Oh, is
Like,
it?
in essence.
Oh, I see.
The largest one ever designed.
Would take out the state.
Oh, still
Still
quarter of
no.
it, like a quarter or a fifth of it.
Still no.
Yeah, like the states are huge. That's the
Well, it's so long. Yeah.
but like
Especially
the same. If you did something
Pennsylvania
like
is such a long state.
DC, like DC's gone.
Yeah.
Baltimore's fucking fucked up.
Yeah.
Annapolis, like that's that wild shit, man. Yeah.
I mean, there's technically no bomb right now big enough that we know of that would take out a full state in one bomb. Is that what we're saying? Rhode Island?
that's not at all what I typed there, but
I mean, Rhode Island's the smallest of the states.
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna go to the smallest state.
Go to the smallest state, and can we take out all of Rhode Island with a single bomb?
Government. This is all for research purposes. This is not us actually wanting to take out.
We would in no way, shape, or form hurt or harm another human being, animal, insect, penis.
Let's just aim for Hope, Rhode Island, or Warwick.
Here we go. Come on.
Right there. Right on Warwick.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just go right to the big boy and see if it will take it all out.
Well, these, like, this is the largest one tested.
Okay.
So-
the SAR bomb's a real. That's a real bomb. So
Yeah, well, I mean, they're both SAR Bomba. This is the one that was tested. This one was designed, but it's never actually.
I thought there was another one. It was like TZAR or TSZAR or something like that. That's called Arzar bar or something like that.
No, I'm sure the translation is
SAR
fucked up
bar.
a lot of shit. But this is the biggest one they've tested. Rhode Island's gone.
Yeah. Oh, boom.
Flattened. I mean, that's taken out most of Connecticut.
Yeah. You're not getting out of that. Sorry. You're not getting out of that.
Cleveland.
Yeah, take out Cleveland, yeah.
West Virginia. 3 people would die because there's only 3 people there.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
That part,
Like,
yeah.
I saw this, though, and I'm like, this is an interesting thing where you're able to, like...
Where did you see this? How did you come across this?
A video of a guy talking about the, in Fallout, that the game, there's, like, pictures of a guy with his thumbs up, and, like, it was, like...
I know the picture, yeah.
Well,
it's
there's, like, a myth that, like, that was, like, oh, the rule of thumb, if you can put your thumb up and cover the explosion with your thumb, then you're far enough away from the bomb to survive. And... he like did a whole video like testing like whether or not that would actually matter.
Is that a thing?
No, it's not at all. Like this, he said this literally would do nothing.
You're talking
to
about on
help
a map?
you. No, just like if you were standing, you saw a nuclear explosion. If you put your thumb up, it could cover the mushroom cloud. You were far enough away to be safe. And
Oh.
it's not at all the case.
That's fucking bullshit.
it has yeah.
Because that's all.
there's no
That depends on
scientific-
how you're holding. Yeah, I mean.
Well,
no.
but there's also just the fact that like the type of bomb, the area around the bomb. There's buildings. There's no buildings. Things will like go further.
Yeah.
So it's just like things like that. But he did a whole video just talking about that, and then he used that map to kind of explain some stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing.
But
yeah.
it was pretty.
There's a YouTube video too that basically just shows a visual representation of what would happen if it was set off, and then it shows you a city, and then you press play, and then it shows as it hits, and then exactly what occurs in a fashion. It just like spreads it right out, so you can see exactly what would actually happen, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty freaky because you can actually see
Yeah.
like what
And that's still all an
Wow.
estimation because without actually
Yeah.
setting it off, it's
No, I know.
But no, there's a lot of like weapon like that are crazy. Like the amount like nuclear subs are scary too. Because they have so much. That's definitely not how you spell any of that, but it'll autocorrect it for me. Oh,
What are you trying to figure out?
the amount of like potential like nuclear power on like a nuclear sub is like greater than like all of the nuclear bombs ever detonated in history, or all the bombs ever.
Like what they are capable,
Yeah.
like capable of producing,
Yeah.
or if one were to like explode, is what you're saying. Because in that case, you would just take a submarine and throw it at somebody, and that would be your bomb. Haha! Surprise, motherfucker! You like drop a submarine from the sky.
Yeah.
It's just fucking everyone's gone. So
I can't remember where I saw it, but yeah, it's literally just like because like they're nuclear powered, so they can produce nuclear power on there, and they're saying like if like used right, like they have the potential to create an explosion with more power to it than every bomb ever detonated in every war ever. And that's like one sub. Like they don't have it at that time, but like there's the potential if the wrong conditions, like it like can be this massive explosion. There's enough safeguards that like nothing like this can ever happen. It's like almost like mathematically almost impossible. But like the fact that it's potentially a thing, just because of they're literally powered by nuclear reactors. They're just like going through the ocean. They
I don't know.
they have almost like potentially like almost unending like power because they use nuclear power.
I really don't know.
Because I said they're not nuclear armed; they're just nuclear powered.
So what you're saying is because like just what they have the ability to produce,
Yeah,
not
Yeah.
what would happen if one were to blow up.
yeah. If it wanted to blow up, it wouldn't be like a nuclear like massive nuclear explosion.
Just those things have the ability to
Yeah.
produce that amount, should they so desire.
yeah, because they're literally
Over the
just mobile
span of-
nuclear reactors.
Yeah.
But it's like it's crazy. So many of them too.
Now, nuclear fusion, like that whole like powering things in a nuclear fashion,
Yeah.
was originally started for what intent and purpose?
I think originally it was just like theory crafting, and then eventually like when it was first done and they realized like how much energy comes from like the splitting of an atom, our human nature immediately went, well, this can be weaponized, we need to be the first. And if you like, it's a lot always like around the Cold War era. There's like documentaries and stuff you can watch on it, but it's like it's crazy to
It's just like Timothy Leary shit though, where like he was messing around with some chemicals and came upon something that would actually like lysergic acid. He utilized it to a different form. I don't know. I feel like a lot of things that are discovered are accidental. How did nuclear power develop?
there was like a documentary I'm trying to remember.
I was just wondering if you had like if there was one specific purpose that it was originally like, we want to use it for this. But I think you're probably more correct or on the right path, where it was just one of those things where
Was to
theologically they were
produce
kind of like
produce electricity and stuff like that. Like the first commercial powered by nuclear
1957.
energy. So like nuclear power is one thing, and then there's nuclear fission.
there's fission and fusion.
Is when you split the atoms, which is how like bombs are made.
That's atom bomb. So here's the deal. The atom bomb is fission. That's where you split the atom. The hydrogen bomb uses fusion, where you are, I believe, look up the difference between how the atom bomb is made versus how the hydrogen bomb. And that was this was like, okay, we can make bombs an entirely different way now. Atomic bombs are powered
Nuclear
solely
fission.
solely by fission, the splitting of atoms, whereas hydrogen bombs get their power from a combination of fission and its opposite, nuclear fusion, the binding of atoms.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. Is the atom bomb, it's like, okay, we can split an atom and boom. Or we can fucking fuse these motherfuckers and boom, boom. There you go. That's caveman talk for those of you who aren't familiar. Basically, all I was saying is if you split, you can make a bomb. If you don't split and you add them together, you can make a bigger bomb. Caveman talk. Boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm. But
Zane taught me that, so I just wanted to share it with you because I feel like it's really important to be able to learn different languages, and Zane is all about learning. Aren't you, Zane?
I like information. Information is power. Knowledge
true.
is power.
Well, to a certain degree. Also, like I was saying before, anybody who doesn't understand how a very useful religion could be founded upon lies wouldn't understand that book, Cat's Cradle. That's what he says in the very beginning of it, which I feel like that's religion in general. Like, you search for truth. You think truth is incredibly helpful. Yes, and it is, for sure. But there's a search for truth and there's a search for meaning.
Yeah.
Those are
There's a
two
difference
entirely
between
different
truth and knowledge.
things. Well, yeah. Yes,
Knowledge is just knowing things. Whether or not the things you know are true is different.
Yeah, truth is an
just-
entirely different thing from knowledge. I
Yeah.
do agree.
So knowledge is where power is.
Yeah.
That's why religions are like, especially ones that are based off of partial fallacies. They have the knowledge, and they can weaponize it in a way to gather people. That's why cults are things.
I like how you use the word weaponize for a religion as well, because a religion can be used as a weapon.
I mean, anything can be weaponized if done. That's why cults are a thing.
Yeah.
People find a thought process, whether it's delusional or not, and then they find a way to turn it into the truth and knowledge, and can convince others that their knowledge is the truth, and people follow it, whether or not it makes sense.
You're a lot smarter than
I look dumb. I am dumb.
you're a lot smarter than people would take you for, Zane. I'm glad this is coming out of you now.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. I've watched a lot of documentaries, and just I like to at least know the basics on a lot of stuff. I'm an expert of very few things, but I know a little bit about a lot.
A little bit about a lot. That's good. I know a lot about a little, and a little about a lot.
Yeah, that's the way things usually are. If you knew a lot about a lot, then you'd probably be studied. I know a lot about everything. Everything. I know it all.
You wouldn't be someone that everyone wants to be around, I'll tell you that.
The government would want to be around you. They'd fucking snatch your ass up. How the fuck do you know everything? You ever seen it was a show called Limitless? I think there was a movie originally, then there was a show.
I
made.
saw a movie, or am aware of a movie where they took a pill, and it was like the one, to me, that was Adderall. I was like, oh, this motherfucker's taking Adderall.
Well, there's a show that kind of got spun off of it. Had one season, then it got canceled because it was promoting drug use. And it was a pill that gave you 100% use of your brain.
Yeah.
Which, like, I think, like, the estimated now is, like, you get, like, 10% of it that we use at this point.
That's what they say, 10 to
Yeah.
20. Yeah, so, like,
They were saying, like, 100%.
in theory,
this
if
dude
you
was,
could
like,
use
remembering
100
everything and, like, doing anything, like, deduct anything. He could read a book in, like, a minute, like, and remember everything he just
Did
read.
he have telekinesis?
No, he didn't have, like...
See, that's the deal. If you could use 100% of your brain, you would have telekinesis. You would
think?
have... dude, you'd be able to like literally, I was gonna say disassociate, but that's not, dematerialize. If you could use 100% of your brain, you could just dematerialize.
I don't think
You'd have
that's
telekinesis,
true.
you'd have telepathy, you would have, you'd be able to move things just by thinking about them, or
I don't think that
be able to
far,
read other
but I
people's
think
minds.
memory-wise, you'd be able to remember almost literally everything. You could comprehend things immediately, deduct things, do math like in a split of a second. I think all that would be...
I think
but
that
I don't
would
think
be
there'd be
water under the bridge.
I don't
yeah.
think there'd be powers like telekinesis and
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Oh yeah. I think you would be able to do so much different shit. I could probably boil water by looking at it if I could use 100% of my brain.
I don't think as far as like that, like the
I think I'd be able to
supernatural powers would
dematerialize
happen.
and pop up somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't think any of that would happen, but I think just the sheer like ability of like to just comprehend and hold knowledge and use
I think
it.
you'd be able to even think about and understand what it would be like to be in a fourth dimension or see a fourth dimensional being.
Yeah,
That's part of the reason we can't conceptualize God. I mean, we don't even have the capacity to imagine something in a fourth dimension.
Mm-hmm.
We can't see outside of a three-dimensional. Like, we just can't even, but our thoughts, we know our thoughts aren't tangible and our thoughts are very, very real, right? But if you could like see, visualize
The other thing
thoughts
is like, even if your
like,
brain could comprehend it, doesn't mean your eyes can still see it.
True.
So just because you could mentally comprehend the idea,
you would probably then see it just you're using your brain alone. Like our brain would then, I mean, first off, in order to even use 100% of our brain right now at its function, we would probably have to develop even more, which means then by the time we're even able to use that part of our brain, our anatomy isn't even the same structure. So if you could take something in theory instantaneously, just allowing you without changing your physiology at all to just access whatever would naturally be available with your current cerebellum, cerebral cortex, medulla oblongata, every little fucking bit of that, I think you would be able to just fucking do the craziest of shit, man. I think you could, in theory, split an atom with your mind. You'd be God at that point, having full access. I mean, use maybe 10%, 20% max.
Yeah, I still don't think
you'd have
too much of like we go that far. I just think you just become literally the smartest person to ever live. You could speak every language because you can learn it in a fucking matter of seconds.
What if God was someone who like consciously, like an active conscious thing that made a decision to create, right? All these different things that were like-minded, like him or her or whatever it is. And then was just like, oh, you know what though? Hold on. And just starts taking off like parts of, like, no, you're not going to be that smart. Okay, there you go. And just like left us here like half dumb, just like fucking, he's like, you know what? No, on second thought though, here, hold on, Adam. There you go. All right, buddy. Okay, you like that?
Earth
That's
is
a
just,
pig. Yeah, pet it.
Pet
it. It's soft, I know.
It's just like World of Warcraft for gods. We're all just some god's character they created. They're playing.
I think we're just
us
like
up.
his feeble-minded fucking plaything.
We're just Sims for gods.
It's okay, buddy. You want a band? He's talking to me like I'm his fucking kid.
We're
like,
just Sims.
Fucking.
And we just created our own version of Sims for our own game, but we're just Sims for gods.
Yeah. Who knows?
We're all just characters.
Who knows? Tommy, you fucked up. Dude, you're coming back as a fucking cockroach. Dude, you're going to hate this.
You know who Sam Sulik is?
You're going to hate this, dude. All right, press play. There you go.
You know who like Sam Sulik is? He's like a bodybuilder guy, like an influencer. But I always look like bodybuilders are just like a Sims character. The guy was like muscles, max.
Yeah.
When you make a character that just like the forms don't work, so like the arm like clips into the body form because the game wasn't prepared for you to just max everything out.
I'm the dude where they just like click the bunch of random like stick art tattoos and they're like, here you go. Gave him like an 8-year-old boy's haircut.
They just went on there and just hit
shirt.
random a bunch of times.
Average size. Average facial structure. Extra small wiener. There he is.
That one was fucked. Talking about it, man.
I don't even know why they have that setting. It's fucked up.
I laugh when there's games that actually have those games that have like penis.
Are
like,
there really?
size,
Are there,
like,
and you can
things.
change it. Why?
Like,
in what situation?
Baldur's Gate 3 has like sex scenes.
Oh, and that's so you would need. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like you could literally romance characters and like have sex with them.
I want this to look more
Which of
like
course
me.
then led to the modding community of video games just having a fucking heyday with making your characters just naked all the time and doing shit. And it's like, why can't anything ever just be left alone? Like, oh, there's a game, or we can mod it, make the characters naked.
Well, I do want to play a game, but I am feeling sexy, so I'm not quite sure what. Baldur's Gate, then, of course.
But people do it to like any game. You can like somewhat mod the characters. All of a sudden, there's just naked models.
Well, I propose we play Baldur's Gate if you're feeling that frandy.
Oh, fucking hell. But yeah, no, modding in games is wild. You can do so much shit, but it always takes a turn where the fucking freaks get a hold of it and everything's naked and fucking for no reason.
Yeah, dude, I know the first one, they had the lizards. Yeah, but you can fuck these ones. So in the second one, dude, you can fuck the lizards, bro.
There's literally like apparently in Baldur's Gate.
I know.
One of the characters is a druid, so he can like change into a bear, and you can try to like romance him and then have him change into a bear and try to fuck you. I'm like, that is fucked up.
Now we're dealing with a whole different type of creature.
And motherfuckers love that shit. And I'm like, you all need
now if you want to get reamed by a bear.
It's like y'all need Jesus or whatever the equivalent
Dude,
is.
look, I love Mario Kart, but let me tell you something, man. If you want to get reamed by a bear,
you know, make Mario Kart better.
We should play this game.
Fucking at the end, instead of winning the race, you just fuck. Get to the finish line, and then it's whoever can finish first.
That's like Mario Kart 12, where like all of a sudden, like you get to the end and you're just getting pounded by Donkey Kong. It's like, yeah, I told you I'd win. Yeah, Peach, fucking told you, girl.
Mario XXX.
Mario, Mario's coming in for the tag. He's tagging Yoshi now.
It's just
whoa.
Mario XXX, and then it's like race to the finish. And instead you launch it, instead of it being Mario Kart, it's literally just a orgy, and it's whoever comes first.
Magna cum laude. Graduate from this.
How did we just spiral into this nonsense?
3, 2, 1, come! You gotta hit it right after 2, though.
Any new viewers?
That's the trick. It's like 3, 2, and it's like a second after it hits 2. That's when you want to press it. Because if not, you blow your load too quick.
You gotta get a little bit of pre-ejac in there.
Yeah. If you don't do it right at the proper time, you blow too quick, or you start out and then you have to you spin out for a second because then you don't get off quick enough.
Any new viewers we had just left, unsubscribed, blocked our channel from existence in their mind.
Yeah, and that's okay.
They're like, all these guys talking about like information and nuclear bombs and smart stuff. And how the hell did we get here?
Well, and that's the thing about us, because we'll go from
not less than 5 minutes. We jumped from nukes to cum.
We will get very serious, and then maybe slightly serious, and then maybe not serious at all for a moment. We're not quite sure.
How the hell did we spiral that far out of control so
I don't know.
fast, though?
I blame the schools in which I was brought up in.
Dude,
and
we spiraled so fucking...
The kids I hung around with.
We talked about... You said God made us dumb, and then we quickly spiraled into Mario coming. Getting railed by Donkey Kong.
Well, it's like that movie Idiocracy, dude, where like you think about all the...
Never seen it.
Oh, dude, it was Mike Judge who did Beavis and Butthead and what have you, King of the Hill. There's this movie called Idiocracy where basically all the content's dumber. Like the number one trending show is called Ow My Balls, where like there's just different ways in which the guy gets hit in the nuts. You know, and people are just like geeking out about it. They love it so much. And everyone's clothing is name brand Carl's Jr. You know, like, and it like, eventually there was no more like Wendy's or fast food chains. It was all one thing, and it was owned by Fuddruckers. And then over time, like the people who owned it didn't spell it correctly, and it went from Fuddruckers to Fuddbuggers to Buttfuckers to like all these. Finally, it was just Buttfuckers. So like everyone's just, their kids and their family are all just hanging out at Buttfuckers, wearing Carl's Jr. brand clothing and watching Ow My Balls. And President Camacho is played by Terry Crews, and he's the president of the United States. And he just like, when everyone starts getting rowdy, he's just like blowing off machine guns, like fully automatic machine guns. All right, calm down. I know shit's fucked up right now. I know we're all feeling really fucked over this situation, but I'm here to tell you shit is gonna get fucking better. And they all just like fucking cheer, and he starts shooting off his machine guns again. And then they're like, well, we, got a major problem with our crops. None of our crops are growing. And, okay, have you been putting Prano on them? And he's like, yeah, we've been putting all the Brano stuff on them. It's got electrolytes, Mm-hmm. It's the Gatorade. Mm-hmm. Okay, but what about water? And he's like, from the fucking toilet? Nah, dude, like, it's got electrolytes, I propose maybe we try water. It's like, this seems like a ridiculous idea to me, man, but maybe we'll try it. You know what I mean? Like, so everyone was so fucking dumb, like, and it was because like during a huge economic crisis, everybody who was even semi-intelligent was like, it would be completely irresponsible to reproduce right now. We're just gonna hold off. we'll wait for a better time. And then everyone who was just like super trailer trash and fucking each other's cousins and shit was like, you know, just having kids. And then eventually it was all descended from like Duran, the one guy who just kept fucking everybody around him in his neighborhood. They're all descendants of like Duran or whatever his name was, you know? And like,
I never saw the movie. So.
Dude, it's so fucking funny. You gotta watch it. It's really good.
I love dumb movies though. Like,
it's dumb, but it's smart because you realize what he's actually saying. Yeah. It's like, you know, like
I love dumb movies in general. Like Monty Python, dude. I love that shit.
Yeah, well, that was good too. Again, highly intelligent humor, but like in a dumb. Yeah, I mean, it's still.
Where did you find coconuts in England?
It's good stuff.
Where did they migrate? Migrated. Are you suggesting coconuts?
Tis but a flesh wound. He's like, your fucking arm is off.
I'm back here.
Come on, you pansy.
I'll bite your leg off, you yellow bastard.
It's a good one. That's always the one that like everyone knows Monty Python.
Life of Brian's good too.
Holy Grail. Life of Brian's really good, yeah.
Flying Circus is alright.
Flying Circus is okay at best. Some of that stuff you like really look at now and you cringe.
Flying Circus is the most popular overall though. Because there's Flying Circus. There's like a post Flying Circus one. There's a making of the Flying Circus that was put out. There was like
because it was like the original
before Flying Circus, like
because it was like the original one. Yeah.
You ever seen the Comfy Chair? Monty Python's The Comfy Chair skit.
No.
Where they use a comfy like love seat as a torture device.
No, I don't know that I have.
God, I'll have to show you afterwards. It's
I don't know that I have seen that.
Funny, dude.
It does sound funny.
Monty Python in The Comfy Chair was so like.
I remember the big comfy couch, but I think that's different.
That's definitely different. But it's like a 1 minute fucking thing, like a Monty Python and the
Spanish Inquisition,
but the comfy chair, and they try to use a comfy like couch as a fucking like torture device.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
Bring out the comfy chair, not the comfy chair. Just fucking like brings a chair out, puts her in it, and she's like, oh, it's kind of lovely actually. Like we can't break her at all. Nothing is breaking her. It's just like, what the fuck do you expect?
Oh my god.
My thoughts on dude. That's so fucking good though, man.
It's pretty good.
But hell yeah, man. But another good week. So I got some stuff coming up this week. So hopefully some stuff to talk about next week.
Even the bad weeks, because this has been a very rough week for me. There's been a lot of good moments. There's been a lot of bad moments, but my highs. There's a song that I heard. It's at Quincy 92 or whatever, highs and lows or something. But
it's called the lows.
Lows. Yeah, it resonates with me, man. It's like, you know, my highs aren't as high without my lows.
Yeah, because it wouldn't. There's no mountain without a valley, because otherwise everything's just flat.
Yeah, it took me getting pretty low down to realize.
Yeah, and so we had a nice conversation yesterday, and I think that helped both of us in the end. It was a really therapeutic time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point, the only thing I really want is just for everyone to say hello to your fucking mother for me.
Yeah, and tell somebody you love them. See you next week.
Goodbye.
Next week we'll also be having a new episode of No One Asked.
We will. We will. You should check it out because
actually it'll come out this week when you see this episode.
We broke in somewhere we're not supposed to be. Goodbye.
Fuck you, Steve Harvey. Just threw that at the